Namaste friends, welcome. So this is the first video in our series on how to protect your energy. And the first thing that I want to talk to you about is ground zero. How do you treat yourself? So here's the thing. We want to go out into the world. We want to show up as our own magnificent selves. We want to be able to deflect people's energy. We don't want to be dragged down by other people's energy and other people's stuff. But that all starts at home. So I liken this step to you wanting to go outside into a cold, blizzard type day, and you put on your jacket, but you've got holes in your jacket. So the cold gets in. So that is exactly the same as you not taking care of yourself and not honoring yourself at home. So what do I mean? I mean, how do you talk to yourself? So what do you believe about yourself? So I'll give you an example. Everyone is always telling us, you're too sensitive, you're too soft, you're too this, you're too that. And it hurts. We're fighting against that. But what are you telling yourself at home? What do you believe about yourself? Do you believe I'm really too soft? Do you believe I'm too sensitive and I need to harden up and, grow a thicker skin? Do you believe that about yourself? If you believe that about yourself, how can you protect yourself when you go out into the world and people are telling you these things, when secretly, deep down inside, you're agreeing with them? You're believing that you're not quite good enough, that you are too sensitive, that you need to harden up. Your very first step to protecting yourself and going out into the world and shining bright without taking on other people's energy is to be in love with yourself. I know that sounds really strange, but the more you accept who you are, the more you treat yourself like a work of art, the more you treat yourself like a magnificent being, the stronger you are going to be when you go out into the world. So, a few things to be aware of. First of all, your self-talk. How are you speaking to yourself? What do you believe about yourself, and how is that bubbling up in your mind? How is that bubbling up in the way you speak to yourself? Second thing is boundaries that you are setting for yourself. So, for example, and I'll use myself as an example. I am a night owl. I love, in a perfect world, I would be staying up till 1 a.m. and then I would get up around 8, 9 o'clock, and I'd spend the first 2 hours of my day just drinking coffee and gently and slowly, very slowly, waking up. In the real world, in the world that I live in, I need to be up, functioning, bright, fully alert by 9 a.m. in the morning. I can't do that if I am going to sleep at 1 o'clock. So I set myself boundaries. I need to be in bed and asleep by 10 a.m. so that I get enough time to sleep. And then when I wake up, I can wake up early enough that I can still give myself a few hours to wake up slowly. I don't do well getting up, getting straight into the shower and just go, go, go. I need my coffee. I need a little bit of time to journal and to read and to slowly come into myself. So I give myself that time. But in order to give myself that time, I need to go to bed early. So I make sure that I'm in bed by 9 o'clock every night, which is so old lady, but that's the way life goes. I make sure, because it's hard for me to fall asleep at that time, I make sure that I've started my sleeping ritual early. I have a do not disturb timer set on my phone so that I do not receive any messages or any notifications on my phone after 6:30. So then I'm not tempted to check my phone, and we all know that our phones keep us awake, right? So I also then start dimming the lights about an hour before I'm ready for bed. I stop watching TV. I start calming myself down so that I'm feeling restful before I go to sleep. That ensures that I can start my day alert, awake, and at full strength, ready to repel any negative energy that is coming my way. So what boundaries do you need to set for yourself so that you can show up with strength, with vigor, with vitality, and you can own your energy? Now, another thing to consider is, what are you feeding yourself? You know, your body is your temple. Such a cliche, I know, but it is. So the more you take care of yourself, the stronger you are, the healthier you are, and the more physical energy you have. If you are depleted, not full of strength, you've not eaten good food to give you the energy to get through what you have to get through during the day, then how are you going to protect yourself? You're already starting from a negative. So if you're fueling your body with food that gives you strength and energy, then you will be able to turn up with strength, with good energy, and you will be able to handle yourself and protect yourself no matter what is going on. And while we're talking about taking care of your body, what about movement? So usually when you're an empath, it also means that you're an introvert. And if you're anything like me, you like to sit around and read and just be quiet. Yin is a natural way for you to be restful. But we need yang, we need movement, we need all of that just as much as we need the yin. So what are you doing that can be considered something that is an energy giver, which is a yang movement? So the crazy thing about exercise is that the more you do it, the more energy it gives you. So the more energy you expend, the more energy you use, the more energy you create and you get back. So you don't have to be out there running a marathon. You just have to do something that gets your heart rate up a little and that makes you feel a little bit sweaty, a little bit warm, and that, moves the energy around your body. That could be dancing, that could be anything. You could be hula hooping. I love hula hooping. Anything that gets your blood moving. So that's it. The very first step in protecting your energy is to start at home with yourself. What are you doing to honor yourself? Monitor your self-talk. Set yourself boundaries so that you have energy and can do the things that you need to do with style, grace, and that you can show up fully lit every day. Take care of what you're eating, take care of your body, make sure that you're practicing a little bit of yang movement as well as all of that beautiful yin so that you are vital, full of energy and ready to go out there and meet whatever the world has for you.